Hello there, my name is Watson and I am the supporting manager of Creators3D and welcome again for a new tutorial. This tutorial is more on how to upload your asset once you have finished your creation process to Creators. So it's a very basic and simple procedure, but if it's not done correctly, you will not see the model react or interact with our viewer properly. So I have a couple of files over here which I have exported from Substance Painter. This process is actually general to all kinds of workflow that you might use. It might be OBJ, it might be FBX, it might be GLB, and it might be GLTF. Whatever file that you're uploading which is requested by your manager, the process is very general. So keep this in mind. Since I have this asset over here which is a very simple model, and I've exported this from GLTF, and I have a couple of textures, that is, one is the base color, the other one is the normal map, and as well as the occlusion, roughness and metallic map. So all these are available right now over here. So what I'm going to do is I am going to zip them. When you're zipping them, you have to be careful that you should not zip the root folder, you should zip the files up. Okay, do not zip the root folder. If you're zipping the root folder, the creator's viewer cannot recognize or trace down the files, so please be aware of that. Once you have all your files available and the textures on just one folder, right click and go to send to, and then please zip them up, compressed zip folder. You can give whatever name you like, that depends on which folder you select. And then I go to Creators. This is a test job that I have right now. So in this, you have to be aware of the right hand side options. This is very crucial when it comes to the uploading to the Creators. Once you click on the select resource format, you will have the options that is available corresponding to the job that you have selected. So in this I have a couple of options, and I'm going for GLTF, so I'm just going to select GLTF. And you have two ways of uploading the zip file. One, you can click on this button and then browse all the way to where the folder is located, the file is located, sorry, or you can just drag and drop. So I'm going to choose the easiest way to make life simpler. So now the file is uploading. Welcome back. Okay, so the file is now uploaded. So once you have successfully uploaded your model into Creators, you will see there are a couple of, like, what do you say, infos given on this pop-up menu, pop-up dialog actually. So you can go through them. It pops up every time you upload a new model. Once you get this pop-up dialog, that means you have uploaded your file correctly. You go down and then the model starts to load up in the viewer. You can see the processing of the status bar. So successfully we have uploaded our model. Now I want you to focus on the adjustment options that is given in Creators. You have a couple of options over here. First of all is that you can have this, you see there's a thing called scene. This is more focused on the camera. Sorry, this part is more focused on the camera. So you can give a minimum distance and a maximum distance. I would advise you not to touch these options unless it is required by your manager. If you don't have this option, then don't worry. The next thing is the HDRI intensity. You have a couple of presets over here given by Creators, and each presets have its own color. So you can say like wood or blue, and then the HDRI is now actually working on this asset, but there are some tweakings to do to make this interact with the HDRI. You have the intensity option, which is available in Creators. You can reduce the intensity and increase the intensity. If you want to go more than one, just type over here and it will increase the intensity. Over here you have the HDRI background, which allows you to see the HDRI that is reflecting on the asset. And this is more on backsculling options. This option is more on backsculling. And then you have also the options to blur the HDRI. So once you click this, you will see the change happen, and now the HDRI is totally blurred. And then we go to the lightings, and obviously you have to fix a lighting that is more not too aggressive but interacting with the asset smoothly. So that is something that you need to experiment. Over here you have the shadow option. So shadow option is very obvious. I don't need to explain it because it's something that happens with the lighting. So you can have you have a couple of options over here where you can allow the lightings to fall on which part, and then the shadow will be created on the other side, which is opposite to the lightings. And then you can also allow it to follow the camera, and you also have the opacity of the shadows. Over here you have the materials, which for now I just have one material on this asset. So once I click on this material, you get all the options, and the viewer becomes black, and then we have a silhouette over here, which is like highlighting, showing the outline. So you can just toggle this off and on. Yeah, okay, so I can just toggle that off and I can toggle that on. And then you have all the maps over here. You can even upload or even add a texture. If you want to add a texture, first of all you should upload the texture to the viewer, and then you have to assign it over here. It will pop up over here once you upload your texture with the name that you have assigned to it. So basically this is the procedure of uploading and also mantling with the options given in Creators. So this is very important, and once you have finished all your uploading and once you finish everything, you have to say save all. This is very important. If you don't save them all and just say ready for review, then you will have problems because you have done the changings and you have said save review without saving, and then it's not registered in our viewer with the changes. So this is very important. So you need to save all. And sometimes you might be thinking, what does this mean, upload the source file? Uploading the source file, in sense, we need every source file that you work on. So once you finish uploading your asset, your GLTF, and you are satisfied with what you have done, then you go and you just upload the OBJ and the texture files, whatever that you have worked on, not the GLTF file. It is the source file. It might be a Substance Painter file, or it might be it can be an OBJ with some textures. So it depends on how you actually it depends on what you decide. So so this is very important. Basically this is a very simple procedure, but if it's not done correctly, then you will start to find some errors. So I hope this too has been helpful to you. If you have further questions regarding anything, please pin your supporting manager, and then we will look at this. Thank you so much for watching. God bless.